I'm on my way to a spot called Manacle Bride in Wicklow, just at the start of County Wicklow there, to meet up with a friend of mine, possibly a couple of friends. I'm not sure if they're all coming along or not. And from there we're going on to a spot known as the Coronation Plantation. I've been here during the daytime before. There's a couple of windswept trees facing south, which I'm hoping to get the Milky Way over. I was going to go to another spot just to get star trails, because the problem is I was looking to see how many pictures I had this year so I could make my calendars. I always make my calendars in August because I have a big event at the end of August where I sell a good few of them, and turns out I don't have enough pictures. Now, I was exhausted from going out storm chasing the other night, which, by the way, if you saw that video, at the end of the video I just stopped because my camera fell over and broke on the ground. I wasn't happy. The camera and the lens are okay, but the adapter, I have an EF to an RF adapter. It's only a couple of £100 worth. It's that's broke, so I can replace that. It's not the end of the world, but I am shooting on my older camera tonight, on the 6D, which is a great camera for Astro anyway. So the thing is, I was supposed to go out last night, then the following night, Tuesday, and like I had been out shooting this supposedly storm. We didn't really get much. It was teasing us. I got lighting off in the distance, an odd few meteors and a little hint of aurora, so everything was teasing me that night. It was so annoying, but I stayed out all night and I went straight to work. And by the time I got home yesterday, I was just so tired. I told people in my stories, you know, go watch for the aurora and stuff, but I didn't get to go out myself. I was exhausted, and plus the camera had been broken out. So anyway, I missed out on the aurora last night, but I'm going out tonight because I need to get more images from my calendar, because I don't have enough and I've only got another week or so to make it. So I was going to go for a star trail up in a spot in Kildare, but I decided I want the Milky Way while the sky is clear. The moon's up for another couple of hours now. It's only 9:30, it doesn't go down till 11:30, but that's fine. That gives me an hour to get there and then an hour to get set up and get a composition and all that. If I think it looks good with the Milky Way that way, I might shoot on the Astromod 6D, and I might just put the 14mm on the other 6D. I have 3 6Ds now, but I've only 2 with me. I might put the 14mm on that and just shoot a star trail, and that way I'll come away with 2 images from the night. But that really depends, because I believe, like for the star trail, I need to be facing north to get that nice circle, but looking north from here is going to be looking back towards Dublin, so maybe too bright. But like I said, I haven't been here at night time before, so I'll find out when I get here. Wow, that was some pothole I just went into. The roads are so narrow and there's another car coming towards you. So as you can see, there is no more lights. There'll be some lights when I get out onto the main road here, the kind of the N81 or whatever it's called, towards Blessington. And now once I turn off from there, there's no lights the rest of the way. So I'll catch up with this when I get there. You can see the moon, oh sorry, the trees are in the way now, but the moon is still up. We have 4 hours of astro darkness tonight. Do you remember only a couple of weeks ago I was saying in a video for my first Milky Way, I'm not sure if you've seen this video yet, but I was saying there's only 20 minutes of astro darkness. It was only starting to come back because the astro darkness only comes back for the last week in July. And like that was only like 2-3 weeks ago, and we're already up to 4 hours of astro darkness, so brilliant. I'm hoping not to be out all night just because I really need to get some sleep. I just won't be able to walk without it, like, and I do always have to go to work. I'm 9 years working this job. I've never taken a sick day, and I don't want to break my record, so I always go to work no matter what. But wow, it's getting dark here. Right, I need to concentrate on the road. Catch up with this in a minute. Well, looks like I'm the first one to arrive. We agreed to meet up in Manacle Bride here at the shop, and that's where I am. None of the other lads are here yet, so that's grand. Gives me time to just chill out and relax for a bit. Ah, there's Ian pulling in now. I was just saying nobody else is here yet. Good timing. Yeah, no worries. Grand. So we've arrived on scene. We're after seeing loads of meteors already, even though it's still early, like, and that is a really good sign. So maybe the peak is actually tonight and it's going to be a good night, but we've cloud in the direction that I want to shoot, and there's midgy flies around, and I forgot a hat tonight, so actually I think I might have a hat in one of your other bags. But anyway, I'm just getting set up here because of all the meteors that are flying around. Even though the Milky Way is not visible yet because of the clouds and stuff over there, I'm still going to set up a camera looking north there, and just, I could run it on a star trail, but there's this big horrible, like an aerial with red lights on it on top of the the tower over there, which is directly north. But like I say, I was after an extra image for my calendar. I could get a star trail over, I just wouldn't be happy with the composition. But I am going to set up hoping that a meteor will fly by me. So that is my plan. I'll just back up here for a minute so I can see. I'm going to put a 14mm wide angle on so I can pick up everything. Which lens are we going to? I'll take this one off. I have two Canon 6Ds with me tonight because the DR6 is out of action for a minute. Just till I get the new adapter again to work with these lenses. Like, oh, it's so hard to see in the dark. There we go. And just screw that one back into there. Right, I'm just going to set this up for a few shots, and then I'll decide if I want to keep it running and do a star trail, or just leave it running maybe with a bigger lens or a wider lens, because I will pick up any meteors that fly by. The problem is at 14mm the meteors will be really small, tiny. This is a complete manual lens, but I'll get set up over here and I'll show you the easiest way to shoot a star trail. So we have the camera set up on the tripod. I've just plugged the shutter release in so I don't get any camera shake when I shake it. 14mm, completely manual lens, but you just turn it to the infinity point right here because it's so hard. Normally I would go on to live view here, turn the camera on, go on to live view, I'd find the brightest star in the sky and I'd zoom in like that times 10 till I find that, and I'd twist that till I can focus. But it's very hard to see on a 14mm lens. So here's your infinity button right here. Once you get it in round about there, it's usually good to go. Now we need to find the North Star, which if I had my laser there somewhere, this will show up. We have the Big Dipper here, the handle of it coming down here, the pot going across, also known as the plough, or Ursa Major, the Great Bear. And if you follow these two stars in a straight line, they will take you to the North Star here. Now if you want to do a star trail, you point towards the North Star if you want that perfect circle. The North Star is the only star that doesn't move in the sky. Slightly wobbles, but it doesn't move. Everything else rotates around that. So anything that's close to that you will see all year round, like Cassiopeia over here and a few other bits, the Big Dipper. But then you have the things like Orion, which are further away, that you can't see at certain times of the year because of this. Now, to do a star trail, and just because I'm going to stack multiple shots for the trail, I don't want my ISO really high because it will stack that as well. So I'm going to start off at 1600 ISO and I'm going to do 30-second exposures, and this is an f2.8 lens. So I'm just going to, again, it's manual, I'm just going to turn it to f2.8 there. And when I have it exactly where I want it, just looking north, I'm just going to tilt it up to get as much of the sky as I want, and I put into my shutter release here 30-second exposures, lock it in, it'll continuously take 30-second exposures. I'll stack all them later in a program called Star Stacks and you get that lovely swirl effect. Now if you want to get a much faster star trail, you can point this out. The stars move much faster because they're further away from the North Star, but you don't get the circle. You will pick up what's known as the celestial equator, so some stars are turning this way and some are turning this way, up and down. I prefer the full circle. The 14mm, it gets so much in on a full frame camera. You just need to find a nice composition that you're happy with, settle on that, lock it in for 30 seconds and walk away and leave it for I like to go 3 hours. You don't have to go that long, but that's just my preference. You can go longer if you want. You don't have to do 30-second exposures because you're making a star trail anyway. It doesn't matter if your stars have trailed. On a 14mm, the most you'll get is 13 seconds without trail, or unless you use a star tracker. And I know we're going for trail, so you can do 5-minute exposures. The thing is, say a meteor, because it is the Patriots meteor shot, a meteor flew through your shot and you'd have that nice and sharp, but your stars are all trailed off in the background. You wouldn't be happy. So that's my personal choice. I stick to 30 seconds, and if anything moves through the shot, I'll pick that up as well. So I'm happy setting on that composition on the hill there, facing north. I'm just going to push that in now. That's set for 30-second exposures, and I can walk away from that now, and I'm going to go set up for the Milky Way with my other camera. So I completely forgot how noisy the 60 is. It's full of hot pixels. Just give it a second to finish this shot and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I have a nice composition here, one of these wind-swept trees I was talking about. That shot is finished there. I'll just get it back up, see if you can see it. Can't tell when it's in focus on this, and I'll go to the shop before because I jumped into it. You'll see me in the orange jacket there. I don't mind the sky, but that's just the camera on this trying to show you me stand there on the bridge with that windswept tree over me, and when I lower the exposure down you'll see the Milky Way over me. So I'm happy enough with this for now. So for this one, what I did a vertical panoramic of 30-second exposures, and I took a shot. I tilt my camera up, take another 30 seconds, tilt it up again, another 30 seconds, and a fourth time, and then you see where I stitched them all together. And this is how you get the result. Well, unfortunately, I've had to give up on that star trail because the light pollution from Dublin is just hideous. And when I try to do it the other way even, you get the odd car like this one. That might be every half hour, but there's one coming down the road now. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the 14mm around and see if I can pick up some meteors pointing at the sky. So I'm being very ambitious here. I'm shooting like a 4 or 5 layer panoramic, like 7 or 8 shots left to right, then tilt up, same again all the way back, tilt up again, back up again, back to try and get the Milky Way arch with a 14mm. I've done it before, but not at this time of year. I think it's a bit too high, but I have to try. If this works, it'll be unreal. So just after shooting that big pano, I realised there's dew on my lens. Would you believe that? Anyway, going to get the hand warmers. I showed you this last day. You literally just shake them up. And it's hard for me to hold this camera now and put this on at the same time. We put the elastic on there. I'm going to put one of these on top like that with the elastic and one on the bottom. Obviously I'm going to wipe the dew off, but that should be enough to keep the dew away. Also, I'm going to switch to my Astromod camera. What I forgot to say about the star trail earlier, actually, because I've been shooting so many shots there, you should always, let me just turn this around, you should always, put a light on myself, you should always change your white balance manually because the camera sensor will heat up, especially on this old 6D, and you'll notice your shots might start off really blue and then they'll end up turning like a kind of brown and orange colour as the night goes on because your camera sensor is heating up. So if you manually set your white balance, I find on the 6D that 3500 Kelvin seems to be good. If you don't have a Kelvin button like on all crop sensor cameras, you can just switch to fluorescent light, which is in around 30 something anyway, so it does the job. I know it's a bit hard to film myself here, but I'm going to keep the 14 on for a minute and I'm just going to switch. This is another 6D, but it's an Astro modded 6D, so it'll pick up all the reds in the Milky Way. There's the camera still shooting away there. To be honest, it's nothing spectacular. Flip this back around there. I'm just going to close my bag up now because all these moths are coming in to attack. And I was going to switch to the 16, but you know what, I'm going to leave the 14 for a minute and just see what it looks like. I'm going to move down a little bit further down the trees because the Milky Way is lined up really nicely there now. And if you can see, I have the two, what's that nasty band, the two hand warmers on there now, and they will keep the dew away. It's like I said in earlier videos, if you wipe the dew off, it'll just keep coming back unless you can heat up your lens. So that's what the hand warmers are for. And they're like €2 from in the camera shop. They're well worth it. There's no one else around there, so I can leave my gear there while I walk back down here. This is a bridge here, you see, and there's like this wind-swept tree, and the Milky Way is going all overhead here, and it's so cool. So I'm gonna try a shot right here. There's a bridge there, so I could put you on that and see if you can see me, but I don't know if you can see me or not there now. But I'm just gonna turn this so we can tilt this back. And because I don't have the L bracket on this, it makes it that little bit harder if I want to turn it sideways. Look, let's just do a sample shot. 2.8, roughly infinity that moved when I was putting the lenses on. It's 14mm, so you won't even notice. And the shutter release is actually in my pocket, but I'm gonna try a shot with it first. I need to just knock the light off, right? And click. So I'm shooting with this Astro mod. I tried it out the day I got it, and I noticed a bit of a pink blob, but I thought maybe it was due on my lens or something, but it's not. I'm trying it out tonight. It's in every single shot. I'm not happy with it. I thought it was just a light leak maybe coming in from the viewfinder. I've covered that up and it's not working. So as beautiful as the shots are, they have this horrible pink glow in them. And let me see if I can show you the back of my screen here, if it will show up. Let me just get up a shot where it's pretty obvious. I pointed it straight up. It's right here. I don't know if it's showing on that or not. I can't tell if that's in focus. No, probably not. It's very hard for this to focus in the dark, but it's there and it's in every single shot, and it's such a pity because the rest of the Milky Way looks lovely in it.
The Astro mod Milky Way is beautiful, all the reds, but there's that horrible purple pink kind of blob I was talking about. You see it in the next shot as well on the horizon with the trees. I did figure it out later. It's when it's on live view, when I have a shot at the end with the live view off and it's not in it.
Well, the guys have abandoned me. They've gone home. It's only like, actually, let me see, what time is it? It's 1:25. We still have Astro Darkness. The guys have gone home. I'm seriously disappointed with that Astro mod because I was really looking forward to getting them shots, and now I can't. But I just put the other camera back on, normal camera, and the 16mm lens. I'm not seeing loads of meteors. I caught a couple, but they're kind of small or just in the corner of the frame or something. So anyway, I'm just pouring myself out a cup of tea. There's a van down by the trees there where I was shooting, and the lads we met when we got here, he says he's been there for days. I thought it was maybe just broke down and left there or something, but I can see a light on it, so there must be somebody camping there. But look, I find it hard to go home when we have clear skies, so I know I'm in work in a while, but I reckon I'll get another hour or two in, see if I can catch a few meteors. Since the Milky Way has moved over where I was shooting at the trees there, it's moved over now, so I may as well just stand by the car. Still have the hand warmers on there, and I'm just going to shoot from here because the Milky Way is almost straight out in front of me there. So all I'm doing now is just hoping for a meteor to go by. Just let me see a light up there. The lads are heading back to Kildare, the two of them. There was only three of us in the end. There was another lad pulled up here, but he's gone already. The guys are talking to him, I wasn't. But I see a light coming towards me there. But see, there's a road that goes on up that way forever, and then the cars can turn off to head back towards Dublin or come down here. I'm hoping he's turning off and not coming down here, because I'm a bit weary being here on my own, like, but still. Looks like he is coming down. Anyway, I'm going to just continue shooting. Car didn't stop anyway, that's good. Right, I'm gonna call it. Batteries flashing. I have loads of spare batteries, but I just couldn't be bothered now. The Milky Way is heading into the light pollution there, so I'm giving up. It's about 3 o'clock. I saw an absolute belter of a meteor fly across the sky over that way. Of course, I was shooting this way, wasn't I? But even after it went by, there was a vapour trail left behind for about 10 seconds, I'd say. Raging, I didn't get it on camera, but that's how it goes. One of these nights I'll be rewarded and I'll actually get something spectacular. Hopefully there's some nice shots here to show you. Until next time.
People always say to me, my shots don't look like that when I do them in the camera. So I'm going to show you, this is what a raw file looks like. This is most likely what you'll have. Now I did a 40 shot panoramic here, only 28 of the shots stitched. So I had to stretch the shot to get it back the way I wanted it, and I had to fill in a few bits before I actually did my edits. But this is how it came out in the end.